After a 5-year hiatus, local indie favorites reunite for a homecoming performance that you will not want to miss. Joining me now are the members of Tomboi, Paige McMullen, guitarist. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning.
Alexander Eli, welcome back. You are the guitarist and lead vocalist of Tomboi, also in charge of sampling.
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you
Good
for
to be
being
back.
here.
Yeah,
All
be
right.
back.
And Summer Wood, Summer the drummer, welcome back.
Morning.
Good morning. So all three of you have played in local bands. What brought you together initially for this project?
Actually, a friend of mine who is now in the band Dead, that is actually doing pretty well, invited me out to come play at South by Southwest for their showcase. And I was very broke and I did not have a car, and I was telling Paige and Summer this over breakfast one morning after Paige's birthday. And Paige was like, "You're dumb, I'm driving you." And literally threw a French fry at me, and I got them fully integrated in the set, and then we drove to Austin, and our second show or third show was at South by.
I was just going to drive you. You're like, you should probably play guitar. And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, yeah. Cool.
As long as you're going with another musician, join the band.
Uh-huh. And then we walked to Summer's house.
And then we walked
were
to
like,
Austin. I'm just kidding.
Summer,
Or hitchhike.
time to be the drummer.
Yeah. So you were together until 2019, is that? And then you broke up. Why?
Well, it was around 2020, really influenced by the pandemic. I mean, we're all from Jacksonville, and Summer moved to Austin, Texas, with her lovely partner, and
Who she met at a Tomboi show.
who she met at a Tomboi show.
Oh, wow.
And that's a sweet story. And then I moved out to California, and so we were working online, sending each other music and kind of collaborating. And then the pandemic really shut everything down. And I mean, we haven't played music together. And
This is the first time we've all actually been in the same city together since the end of 2019.
yeah,
Summer, it's hard to overstate how much the pandemic affected musicians in so many ways. But I guess this is evidence that you can kind of bring it back together even after a hiatus of, what's that, 5 years?
Yeah.
So what do
Good to
you
be
got?
back.
Yeah. So what have you got queued up in terms of the show? It's a Pride event. It's at Walrus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex.
So QueerFest, this is our second year doing QueerFest. It's a part of Duval County Queer Pride, who was founded by BB Deluxe. I decided that was like, all the Pride events in Jacksonville seem to be very centered around drag, particularly, which I love drag, and there's no shame in that game. But Jacksonville is actually pretty busting at the seams with LGBTQIA talent. And what I found, and I had to shut it off at 12 bands on the bill, and they're all LGBTQIA voices from here in North Florida. And there were more that were upset that I couldn't put them on the show. And what I find, it's a really beautiful thing, because when we started Tomboi, there was no queer music scene here, and it was kind of the thing that was really important to us as a group. Was we wanted to create inclusive spaces. We wanted to bring safe space culture to the venues in Jacksonville, because historically the venues in Jacksonville have been owned by pretty problematic cis white dudes, if we're being honest, and a lot of them have SA allegations against them. And traditionally, LGBTQIA folks have been left out of those spaces. So when Tomboi was upon its initial inception, it was this need to create a queer music scene, some queer counterculture in this city. And what's really cool is to fast forward 10 years from now and just to see how culture in general has moved forward, and to bring all of the artists like BB Deluxe and Giella and us and pair them with all these just new, younger voices of queer talent that are in our city. And I think it's particularly important in the state of Florida, where we're seeing so many anti-LGBTQIA laws and legislation. And I personally, as a business owner, feel it's just really important to let people know that there are queer business owners here, there are trans business owners. We want kids to grow up, we want to provide them with safe spaces, and we love them, and they should have safe things to do in their free time.
Yeah, and Paige, that's always been something that as a band has kind of been, you've led with identity as much as music, right? It's been something that you have tried to, incorporate, but also be an advocate, be a symbol, and be somebody that is recognizable in the community as a queer indie band.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from our inception, we definitely wanted to own our queerness, because the thing about our identities as queer people is they're already politicized. So owning that and being proud about it is so important because people are going to put that on you and they're going to put you in a box, and owning your identity and like speaking from like, yeah, your true perspective is really, really important. And yeah, from our inception, we were really vocal in support of the HRO here in Jacksonville.
The Human Rights Ordinance.
Human Rights Ordinance, yes. And as well as just when marriage equality was passed, we were having shows, we were doing fundraisers. Yeah, it's always been something that's been really important. So, like you said, it's amazing to see just how far everything has grown in Jacksonville.
Yeah. So the show is Sunday, June 30th. Doors are at 4. It's at the Walrus. Tomboi will be there, a bunch of other bands. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have a great reunion show.
Thank you so much. And we'll have lots of limited edition merch.
Yeah, hold up a shirt there for us.
We also have other events going on for Duval County Queer Pride. We've got Hoedown tonight, which is our sex-positive honky-tonk, and then we have Drag Fest with 14 drag artists, and everything is sliding scale all weekend because Pride should be accessible.
All right.